my gosh. Oh, Gerry boy. Hopefully that rumbling won't be too much. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Boba. Welcome back. Oh, thank you. It's been a wee while, hasn't it? I apologise if you can hear. There's like roadworks going on outside. Oh, Gerry, what was that? So I apologise if you can hear those. Good morning, Carl. Oh, Drew, thank you very much for, oh my gosh, 50 months in at tier 2? That's 100 years. 100 years. Some of you may have forgotten what bunnies are because it's been so long. Reminded that this one is Fifi and this is Gerry. Good morning, Ravane. Good morning, Wannable. It's yeah, I'm so sleepy today. I had such a terrible night's sleep, so apologies if I'm... Who am I? I'm just the voice. Turkey, thank you very much for the 8 months. And Palin, thank you very much for the 34 months. Can never forget these babies. Good morning, Saffron. Good morning, Monmouth. And Xander, thank you very much for the 14 months of Benoist. And David, thank you very much for 21 months. Sorry for not... Oh, sorry, not sorry for the submitted dream. Yeah, now I've got to play Sonic Adventures 2. Was that the agreement? Because of, all because of a dream. Oh, now I'll be trying it. Morning, Fodian. Oh, I got a little bug trying to jump on my hand. What are you doing, my guy? Or is it a spider in my... Huh? Well, it's disappeared somewhere now. I don't know. LJL, thank you for... sorry, good morning. David, good morning. Joe, good morning. I'm so sleepy. I bought my friend the cat tarot deck you found in the witch shop. Oh my gosh, yeah, we were looking through it. It really is adorable. There's a place in Bristol that's just started doing tarot readings. It's like this little witchy bookshop. So would you being on holiday? Even Ted streamed. I know. I tuned into High Rollers yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Ted. I said, the heck? I'm not used to seeing him on streams. Hopefully you had a lovely time though. Good morning, Mazira. Good morning, Megalomaniac. Good morning, Annie. But yeah, I had such a lovely time away. I saw so many mushrooms and had a good time with friends as well. And it was just like, I'd never been to a Centre Parks before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but they're really nice. So it was, yeah, it was very lovely. You say, friends, you talking about the mushrooms? Yeah, all those fun guys that I was hanging out with. No, I went with a group of friends. There was like 8 of us in the cabin. Bunnies, I think that's all of them. I'm sorry. They're on new pellets and they seem to like them, which is nice. We went to the Longleat one. And if anyone missed it, that I said earlier, there's roadworks going on outside, so that it might get a little bit noisy. This is Gerry's bum fluff that I've pulled out. Stop. No eating that. No eating that. Good morning, cow. Oh, is that your local one as well? Yeah, I guess that's the closest to Bristol. I think it was... I'm trying to think how far it was. It took us a couple hours because we got the train down there, I think. But I think it's about a 50-minute drive from Bristol, maybe. Cow, thank you very much for the 29 months. Thank you. It tastes of loaf. It's just like a little loaf crust that's been cut off. Morning, B. Rob, thank you very much for the 39 months. And at tier 2, which is maths, 78 years. We went there so much as a kid. Yeah, I'd just never been to one. But yeah, I saw so many mushrooms that you don't normally see, which was amazing. We saw inky caps, we saw lion's mane growing in the wild. I saw fly agaric in person for the first time. There were just so many mushrooms. It was beautiful. And just being like surrounded by woodlands all the time was so nice. We saw a lot of frogs and squirrels, and we saw deer. So yeah, it was just, it was so nice. Fly agarics. I just finished a book where a character that was named Gerry, and it's very difficult not to imagine him as a bunny. But yeah, it was more hilly than some of the others. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like, we ended up, we were there for a day less than everyone else because I couldn't get anyone to bunny sit on the Monday. We booked in from the Monday to Friday, and the bunny boarder was having them from Tuesday. So yeah, we ended up missing a day, but it was still very lovely. And I was thinking like, oh, should I stream on the Monday? Because technically I'm around. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to have the 4 weeks holiday. 'Cause it's been a while since I did that. So yeah, I got to read 2 books, which was nice. And yeah, it was just, I went down the rapids many times. It was just nice being in the pool again. Because being in a swimming pool is a rare treat. And the weirdest thing was, so there was this little bit, I don't know how like copy and paste Centre Parks are. I don't know if they're all the same. But there's one bit in the pool that is just like you just get taken around it. It's like a little circle and you just get swept around, and you can either swim around it or just stand and it'll take you around. And then there's like a little gap to go through to get to the other parts of it. And it was the first time going to the pool. I only went there on like the second night I was there or something, because I'm not the most confident of people. And I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I'm comfortable like going out in a Cosy and stuff like that. But I was like, do you know what? I'm here. Everyone's going to be worried about what they look like, so I'll just do it. And I went in, and then as I was going out, like trying to pull away from the current bit, one of my friends who I hadn't seen in ages just happened to be going into it in the same way, and we sort of walked by each other just like, oh, and then she got taken away by the current, and we were just like, oh, okay, bye. But I was like, what are the chances to be staying in the same place at the same time and then to just happen to meet in that exact moment? It was just really, really odd. Nightsham, thank you very much for the 49 months. Where are we burning down today, chat? Oh wait, she's back. Scatter! Oh no. But yeah, it was a very chance meeting. Shark Dog, thank you very much for the 42 months for the bunnies. Someone was asking, Gerry's birthday was very lovely. The fundraiser stream went very well. We got over £2,000, which was amazing. Rob, thank you very much for the 57 months at tier 2, which is maths. 114 years. Hang on, let me move a bit closer to the boy. Going under the table. Going on the ground. The bunnies have been out for ages because I couldn't sleep last night. So I ended up coming downstairs and starting a new book because annoyingly I had just finished my book yesterday. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I got up. I was like, do you know what? I just need to get up and not lie in bed thinking. And then I ended up just staying up and reading until like 3:20 in the morning, and I was like, I really should go to bed. So apologies if I'm really sleepy. I just could not sleep for some reason. I think I was just a bit grumpy about something, and I was just lying awake and just muttering to myself. Kirsty was a very lovely bun sitter. So Kirsty, we went to oh, Ravine, thank you very much for the bits. One in life like. Yeah, his bum is very fluffy at the moment, isn't it? Wait, no, that was the wrong sentence. I said it the wrong way around. So, two of my friends were getting married the week before last, and Kirsty, we were staying, because I was a bridesmaid and Alex was a groomsman, we were staying away the night before and after the wedding. And so Kirsty came down and sat for the bunnies then, just for those 2 nights. And then the next week they went away to a bunny border, so they got to have a little holiday. But yeah, Kirsty was really very lovely. I got sent photos of the bunnies. She was good with their medicine. Everything was very smooth. Dave, thank you very much for the 45 months and that tattoo. Where does the time go? Oh, look, bunny. Time is taken by Banu. You couldn't sleep last night at all? Yeah, it's just, I think it is just that weird thing of like going from well, it's the double whammy of going from Sunday to Monday and then going from holiday into going back to work. I think a lot of things, I think it's partly like trying to cling on to the weekend and partly trying to I don't know, just trying to like shift your brain into different gears as well. So yeah, I think it's morning, Thomas. I think it is just an odd night to try and get to sleep. But I was like, do you know what? Normally I would just lie in bed and go over and over stuff in my head and wind myself up. So I'm glad I did get up to read, because at least I was reading. So it wasn't too bad. Going from head empty to head full. Bunless to bun filled. I did miss the bunnies. But the border that they stay with is very good at sending photos as well. Which is nice, because they had one place that they stayed once where they just wouldn't reply to messages, and I was like, I know they're fine, but I also just need to have photos on demand because I'm needy and I love them. What did we read? Morning Glory. No, it's a book called Ledge by Stacey McEwen, I think. It's a fantasy book, and it's part of a trilogy. It's about people who live... Absolute ledge. It's about someone who is an absolute ledge. Can down a pint in 2 seconds. No, it's about these people who live on the ledge of a mountain, and they've got like a sheer drop on one side and a cliff face on the other, and they're all just trapped there by these creatures called the Glacians that every what you call it, they have these like selections where they come and they take sacrifices from the people who live there. So yeah, I have a feeling the main character will be chosen by one of them because I'm like, where else can the book really go? So yeah, it's okay. It's one of those things. I was a bit worried about it because it's okay, bunnies. Rowdy, thank you very much for the 33 months. Good morning. I basically chose it based on really liking the author on Instagram, and I was like, this could go very badly. The book could be absolutely terrible. Because I just find her really funny, and I'm like, that doesn't mean I should. But then I was also like, do you know what? I like her, and I want to support her and buy her books. And I'm about I'm trying to think how far in I got. I think I'm about 13 chapters in, and it's good. It got me through the night, so can't complain. But yeah, I wouldn't judging a book by its Instagram, yeah. But it is one of those things that I had. So I basically I've been trying this year to genre jump every book that I've read, and it's been good. So I guess the second to last book I read was sci-fi. Then I read like a little horror book for, well, not really horror, but sort of horror-y book for the book club book. And then this is a fantasy. So yeah, I've been enjoying like mixing up authors and genres a lot. So it has been a while since I read a fantasy book. Started Down My last night, very readable. Yeah, I finished that one yesterday, actually. I started reading Day of the Triffids, finished that on holiday, and then started Dark Matter. Finished it yesterday, so good morning, Arno. I did have a very lovely break, thank you. So yeah, now I'm trying this one. But there are so many books that I want to be reading. I literally, when I came downstairs last night, when I couldn't sleep, I just sat in front of the bookshelf and I was just looking through them all, and I was like, what do I want? Because I did really want to read some horror books whilst Fifi, give me that carpet. Fifi. Why does she have such a tiny mouth? You've just eaten it, haven't you? You ate all of that. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do with that, eh? We had a worry with Fifi on Saturday as well. She went into a little bit of gut stasis. She was like clearly in pain and tummy pressing and uncomfortable, and she didn't want to eat. And I was like, oh geez. I booked her in for a vet appointment that was 3 hours away. That was the earliest one that she could have. And then it got to like an hour within it. And all of a sudden I was like, do you know what? I've just been staring at her, so I'm just going to go. And I made mushroom soup from scratch for the first time, which is very lovely. And as she came, I was like leaving it to simmer. And as she came bounding over, and she was like, food, please. And I was like, oh. And I had to just call up the vet and be like, can I cancel the appointment? She's decided that she's fine now. Thank you. Morning, Hansan. Which I'd obviously rather, but it's the second time it's happened now, so I do feel like we are due a gut stasis visit at some point, because something's obviously going on. But she's well, we're still waiting for the results of her blood test that they had the other week as well. So maybe that will reveal something. Bless her. But yeah, I think I'm just a bit on edge because one of my friends lost one of their bunnies to gut stasis the other week. So I'm just a bit like, If you want a short, fun horror book, I highly recommend The Moustache by Emmanuel Carrère. Okay, I think Anne said something magical. Nana. Yeah, that's the thing. It is like you can just immediately tell something's wrong if Fifi refuses food, and you're like, okay, how is this going? But yeah. But I'm 2 books or 3 books, I can't remember, ahead on my reading goal. I think I literally have to read 2 more books, and then I've done my reading goal for the year, which I'm very proud of. And I've still got 1 more book club book for November. So then I just have to find time to read. Oh, and I'm reading the other book at the moment. So yeah, I should have it done for November, which will be nice. And then I can just read as many books as I want by the end of the year, which will probably not be many because it'll be Jingle Jam. But yeah, I'm glad that I have stuck to it. I know some people read like 30 or 40 books in a year, and my goal was 24 books in the year. So I wanted to read 2 a month. And then I've just gone over a couple times. So I've already read 22 books this year. I only found out recently Terry Pratchett's daughter writes video game plots. Yeah, is it Rihanna or Rhiannon? Rhiannon, I think, Pratchett. But she also has written a Choose Your Own Adventure book. I think she was like the first. Was she like the first lady to ever have a Choose Your Own Adventure book published or something? Because I guess usually it's what's his name, Ian Livingstone and Steve Harrington. I can't remember the other guy's name. But I think Lois and Simon did do her one year. Steve Jackson, that's the one. Not Harrington. Steve the Hare Harrington did books. But yeah. What was I saying? But yeah, I'm glad that I did it, because there were just years where which year did they do hers? I want to say it must have been about 3 or 4 Jingle Jams ago. I have a vague memory of seeing the book on the shelf when the computers were in their COVID setup. So I think it must have been like either the 2020 or 2021 Jingle Jam that they did her book for. But yeah, it was one of those, I think. But I never got to. I didn't watch it because I would like to do that book myself one day. So I don't know how good it was. She wrote that PC game. I forget the name of, something Page. I think I remember which one you mean. Wait, or do I? Was it the one where you had to fill in the words and it was writing? Or am I thinking of a different one? I have been looking through the Steam Next Fest demos because I wanted to... Lost Words, I think that is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I want to do a demo day today. And there are so many good ones. There was one demo for a game that I shouldn't probably play today, but I literally played the demo through like 4 times in a row because I enjoyed it so much. I was like, well, I should stop this. I'm not even very good at it. I'm not improving at all, but I'm just having fun doing it. So I guess that is one to pick up. Was it good? It's called Lost But Found, and all it is that you work in like a lost and found, and people come up to the desk and they'll be like, "Have you seen my keys?" And it's basically a bit like, have you ever played Wilmot's Warehouse, where you get deliveries and you have to organize them in a way that you can find them, sort of thing. And it's like that. So you get given like this little conveyor belt, like an airport one, takes brings you 3 items, and it might be like a jacket and some keys and a phone, And then you have to but then the next time you might get headphones and you're like, oh, do I put these with the wearables or do I put these with the electronics or do I put them with the personal effects sort of thing? So it's just, yeah, sometimes you get 3 people coming up to the desk at once and you're just like, oh, wait, where's this? There is a whole other mechanic that I just don't understand in the game that's something about selling things on the black market, but I didn't do any of that. Because I didn't want to sell people's things. But at the end, it would give me a score that was like, your black market price has increased by 0.2%. I'm like, why? What does that mean? Bye, Jushi. But it was very, I liked it. I was going to do the new Wilmot's today because that one did look very cute. And I did love Wilmot's Warehouse. It's just very, I don't know, something about those sorts of games are very brain scratchy in a good way. But yeah, I've picked out a few demos. There's also that one called Luma Island, which I've played through twice now because I enjoy that. It's basically like if anyone ever played Fantasy Life, it's sort of like a Fantasy Life type game where, yeah, there's a new Wilmot's game. It's basically that you get delivered puzzles and you have to make the puzzles. So you're more matching tiles to each other to make a picture rather than sorting them for deliveries sort of thing. I forgot what it's called, but it's Wilmot something again. But yeah, there's a demo for that in Next Fest. Good morning, Motara. And there's also, yeah, Luma Island is so Fantasy Life, it was like an RPG, but instead of having to choose, I tried to say choose and pick at the same time, I went to say chick. Instead of having a chick, you had a duckling. No, instead of having to choose one profession, you could chop and change. So you could be like, I'm going to do my blacksmithing now, and now I'm going to do my cooking, and now I'm going to do, you got to do a little bit of everything. And in Luma Island, you sort of have that, but it's multiplayer up to 4 people. And you can all choose different professions, but you can get permits for different ones. Yeah, Fantasy Life, the sequel, it was meant to be coming out in October, but it's been pushed back to April 2025. Which, do you know what? If they're doing it so that it's a gooder a game, then I'm like, good. Hopefully it's not the crunch. It's just, improvements, because I'm so excited for Fantasy Life. I loved that game so much. But, what was I going to say? But yeah, Luma Island, I felt like it's not really too similar to Fantasy Life, but the fact that it's multiplayer and Fantasy Life-esque, I'm very excited for that one. That one's out on the 20th of November, but I've played through the demo twice with different people. And I've already asked someone if they'll stream it with me when it does come out, so fingers crossed I'll get to play through that one. But it's also got this mechanic where you get these things called lumas, which are sort of like eggs that you can hatch, and you get these little creatures that follow you around and have different jobs based on your profession. So my friend who was playing either treasure hunter or archaeologist, I can't remember, they would follow them around, and then this little penguin of theirs would be like, wee, 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 and then it would run off and stand in a place, and if you dug where it was standing, it would dig up a treasure chest sort of thing. But yeah, it's very cute. But I never got to, I've played through twice and I've never got to have one of the lumas. Imagine the doggo in Potion Planet. There is a doggo that you can get in Luma Island. My friend got their little doggo. But yeah, It'd be nice to get a group of 4 to play it together, but I think it's just going to be 2 of us. But yeah, it's very lovely. I recommend that one. I'm trying to think if I've played. There seem to be so many like spot the difference and hidden object games at the moment. I swear, like so many of the demos are for those. So I was going to pick out just one of those and try it. Oh, Fifi, you spun around with such gumption. But yeah, it's I guess it's just probably quite like a not an easy genre, because obviously like it's difficult, you know, making games and artwork is still an amazing skill, but yeah, it just seems to be that you get there's a bit of a wave of them at the moment. I noticed that in the last Next Fest as well. Oh no, and Wholesome Direct, there seemed to be a fair few of them. He does have so many colours on his face. I get the feeling that Gerry is like, he's got quite similar like Harlequin colours to Fifi. It's just covered up by how fluffy he is. There are a lot of Spot the Anomaly indie horror games right now. Yeah, I noticed a few of those as well. Because I need to try and decide like if I want to do one, I allow myself like one allotted horror stream every October, and I was trying to think which one should I do, because I'd like to take part in the Blue Cross's Hallow stream, where you do like a little spoopy game and a fundraise, but I need to decide what game, how spoopy dest I go. Because yeah, I need, there were like a few different horror games in Next Fest that I looked at. There was one that's like a bit of a We Were Here, and I played through the demo with my friend, and you don't actually get to do too much, but it looked like it would be good. It's called like We Escaped. I'm trying to think what style the characters had that's comparable to, but you either get to play as Chad or Stacy. And it was, yeah, we even managed to die in the demo, but it was good. Just took us a little while to understand the puzzle that we were meant to be doing. But yeah, there was another one that was like, hello. Playing as a Chad sounds terrifying. I was Chad. Of course, because I'm such a Chad. There was another horror one, but I think it was like a horror Spot the Difference. I guess it's like the olden days of... do you remember when people used to send those like horrible screamer things back in the olden days of the internet, and it would be like can you spot the thing in this picture, and then you'd be staring at it, and then a big face would fill your screen and it would scream at you and make you jump. I wonder if people are like if people who experience those are now going around to like making games. They're gonna start making Spot the Difference horror ones. Does that not sound like a mob of crows squabbling turned out to be the neighbor cutting something for their new bathroom? One of my, it sounds like boomer stuff. Do you not remember those? It would have been, when would they have been a thing? The early thousands, I guess. Maybe, yeah. It was in a time when you didn't get to see whether something ended in like .jpeg, because as soon as you got that, you could be like, well, I know it's a picture, or I know you've sent me a video now. So that you can get away with it a bit more. Then he punched a hole in my monitor. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. There's a crow versus magpie turf one here, so it can get a bit noisy at times. Oh, no. I only swear when a jump scare happens. Oh, my gosh. Alex and I went to Gobbling Combe yesterday, and it was so muddy that I kept on slipping over. And I was walking behind Alex, and he would just hear me randomly shout out. Just swear, and he'd turn around, I'd be like, I'm fine. I just slipped. It's just my natural reaction. But yeah, we got to the top. We're looking out over the Mendips, and it was like perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden, just the heavens opened, and there was just deluge. And we got absolutely soaked, and I was so sad. I was just like, I remember getting to the point where I was walking along, and I was just thinking, you will be dry again. It's okay. Just think that you will be dry again. It doesn't feel like it now. And then hours later, I was inside, and I had my Udi and a hot chocolate, and I accidentally fell asleep. Is that a fantastic video on your Instagram story? Because that rain looked amazing. Yeah, that just came out of nowhere. Well, it came from the sky mostly, but it wasn't like that 5 minutes earlier. It did not go to Sandy Balls. No, I think my family have been there. I don't know if I would have been with them. But no, just a lovely, it was so soggy yesterday in Bristol, yeah. And it was just one of those days where everything was like slightly off. Like our first bus just didn't turn up. So we got there a bit later than we planned to. And then that meant that we got caught out in the rain. And it turned out that my coat wasn't waterproof, so my jumper got soaked. My trousers were absolutely soaked. Everything was just damp. And then on the way back, the bus before the one we were aiming to get was a bit delayed. So it was at the bus stop, but it pulled away as we got there. And then we waited for the next bus because it said, oh, it's only going to be like 10 minutes. And then it ended up being like 35 minutes because it kept on being delayed, and it was just one of those things. It was like nothing really worked out particularly well. But yeah, have you considered Dredge for a horror game? It's a little cozy but spooky too. That's the little ship one, isn't it, where are you like a fishing trawler but also there are monsters? I know it comes highly recommended. But yeah, I still had a nice day. It was just because we had got back from Centre Parks, I was like, I'm not ready to give up being in nature yet, so can we go out somewhere? So we went down to Goblin Combe. Well, we spent more time in Cleve Combe actually, I guess, but yeah, we got to see the goats, which were very lovely. But I was thinking, like, should we just go to Lee Woods instead? Should we just stay in Bristol? And then it's quicker to get there and get home as well. But we persevered. It just could have done with being slightly nicer weather, or I could have done with wearing my waterproofs, to be fair, which is my bad. Gerry looks so silly. No, he's never looked silly in his life. He's a very sensible business boy. He's just tooth baring into Fifi's ear at the moment, whispering sweet nothings. Oh, my tummy rumbled. He may have forgotten to lie down. Yeah, there you go. He just forgot. He forgot. hate to break this to you, but he does look silly. No. When is Hades 2 out fully? I don't know, but I got another spoiler for it because there's a voice actor who I follow on Instagram who was like, that's right, I do one of the voices in Hades 2, and with a picture of the character that they play, and I was just like, well, because I want it to be like a big surprise. I know that's so silly, but like when the various gods and titans and stuff show up, I want to be like, oh my gosh, it's there. Whereas now I've been told so many different people, I'm like, oh. Good morning, Chronicle. So yeah, I got spoilers of character in Arcane Season 2 because of a poster. It's so difficult to avoid spoilies sometimes. I guess because so many people were excited to play Hades 2 in early access. But I don't know when the full release is. I just want to get the full experience of the character art and the story and stuff. I don't really want there to be placeholders. Although, that being said, I did finally decide to cave and try Fields of Mystery this week, and I know that that's an early access game, and that you can, some stuff is blocked off. So I might fall for that again. But I looked through the reviews of people saying like, oh, I've got to the point where I can't do stuff anymore. And all of them had like 52 hours in the game. So I was like, I think I should be safe doing a 3-hour stream of it. I don't think I'll get to the point where I'm blocked by anything there. So yeah, it should be okay. But I think you can maybe, like, they've not put marriage in yet. I think you can only get up to a certain number of hearts with people. But I was really put off of it because I did not enjoy the demo. But I've heard that the demo is just doesn't really reflect what the game is like at all. So yeah, I thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna give it a go because it's so well reviewed and so many people have recommended it to me that I'm just like, maybe it's good. But I found the demo was a bit too linear and handholdy, whereas I've heard that the game is not like that. So yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Sniffer. She got that sniffer. You want head rub. As Gerry has forgotten to give you kisses. Tea. The only game thing I got spoiled recently was the new Minecraft mob. The tree boy. I know the one you mean. Teehee. Vivi's face has been molting loads at the moment. She has this little dip like here where all the floof has molted through. Bless her. But yeah, I suddenly have like so many games that I want to be playing because I want to I'm going to a Mass Effect 3 I'm going to a Mass Effect thing in November, which I'm excited for, but I was like, I need to have played the third game by then because I really should have actually played them all before I go. Come on in, owls. So I need to play through that, so I'm gonna start that this week, and then I also really want to start Broken Sword 2, but I never really know like how much to like mix up my weeks and how much to just power through and play a single game. Because I guess the thing is, if people don't like that particular game, you don't want to be like, just don't watch me for a couple of weeks then. But then also, when I'm enjoying a game, I want to be like playing it. Play a single game Dota. Oh my gosh. I said to someone in Dota the other day, I said to them, this is just the Dota experience in a nutshell. We started playing a game of Dota, and I said, good luck, have fun. That is literally all I said. We started the game. I said, good luck, have fun, on like full chat so that the enemy team could see it. Because I was like, you know what? Sportsmanship, sportsfolkship. Good luck, have fun. And they replied, suck my dick. 700 games as the same character. Are you autistic? And I was just like, okay. I was like, okay, I guess don't have fun then. Thank you. So I was just like, okay. Bye. So that was an experience. You see why people like the Dota experience so much. But I was just like, I just like this character. Thank you. I was really hoping we would beat them, but sadly we did not. Just as a matter of principle. But no. Doesn't sound like they had fun. I don't think they had fun. But they did win. So I did actually reply. They were like, you're still gonna lose. 700 games is the same character and you're still gonna lose. And I just replied, we're on Dota, we've all lost. Hello. Mm-hmm. Hello. Oh, Fifi. Oh, Fifi. And then I reported them at the end. Good times. Good times playing Dota. They've just released some new skins for Dota. I mean, I can't get any of them because they're all pay-locked, but some of them are really good. And they've released a bunny one for a character I've not ever played, but if they can look like a bunny, I'd be tempted to play them. But again, I don't have the you have to pay for the treasures. And then sometimes you get the treasures for free and you have to pay for the keys to unlock them. So I feel like either way it's annoying. But yeah. But yes. What was I going to say? I think I was going to say something else about the holiday. I've kept up my Duolingo streak the whole time. I'm on like 49 days now, I think. What is your newest German word? My newest German word is billig. Wait, what can I say? Das Hotel ist elegant, aber billig. Wait, no, that's the wrong way around. But you know what I mean. No, that works. I was thinking you'd probably say it's cheap but elegant, not elegant but cheap. But yes. What other words did I learn? Links. I'm currently on the directions portion of Duolingo. So I learned links. And I learned da drüben. And I learned, what was the other one? Oh, I can never remember how to say. In the near? I can think how it is written, but I've forgotten how to say nearby. I've forgotten how to pronounce it. What else did I learn? Bibliothek. apoteca, hotel. I like the ones that are like, what is the word for park? Park. What is the word for market? Marked. And then museum and hotel. I'm like, yeah, these ones are really easy to learn. But yeah, that's where I am at the moment. I got through the present tense and learning things like ich male, du malst, malt, and stuff like that. The thing I'm getting confused by sometimes is, I guess, the sentence structure being a bit different can catch me out. And the pronunciation sometimes catches me out as well. But having things like, oh, let me think, am I even going to get this right? Because the problem is, because I've been on holiday and with people, I've only done like one lesson a day, so I'm a bit out of touch with it. But things like doing ich spiele oft Klavier. So it's like, I play often the piano. Stuff like that, where I'm just sort of thinking like, huh? Have I said that in the right way? But to be fair, when I think about it, when I think about like having, if someone said to me, I play often the piano, I'd be like, I understand what you're trying to say. I wouldn't be like, sorry, what? That sentence is understandable. It's impossible to comprehend. So I maybe there is a bit more flexibility. Then although it obviously is good to like learn the rules. But I found a notebook in Waterstones that I want to buy because I want to start trying to write stuff down so that I can actually remember it a bit better. I'm going to give the bunnies. Do you have a Duolingo rivalry like Kirsty has with Esther? Not as far as I know. If I'm not aware, I have. If I can't remember the specifics, but sentence order has not always been the same for often, only never throws me off. Yeah, it's like, and some of the sentences that it teaches you, I'm just like, when am I ever going to use this? But I guess it is just trying to teach you the structure of it rather than it being something that you would actually use. But yeah. It's going okay. I'm one section off getting into, what you call it, section 2, the second level thing. The weird thing is, there are some things that it teaches you where Duolingo Dutch likes to have you say, excuse me, I'm an apple. Oh, I've not had that in German, but I guess would it be Entschuldigung, ich bin ein Apfel? Maybe, I don't know. It's not taught me apple yet, so I don't know. But there you go. That was perfect. Yay! You don't have to teach me that one, Duolingo. I've already learned. Bunnies. I've also decided to get... Oh, Fifi, thank you for bringing that poo over. That's very kind of you. Is this an exchange of snacks? Do I have to eat your offering? And maybe not. Maybe that's for afters. Anyway, here's munching, mixed with the sounds of roadworks that are happening outside. sneaking that one in at the end, Gerry. Well done. Well done, buddies. Good munching. Very good munching. Tea. Oh, there it is. Dessert. Oh, Fifi. I wonder why she brought that over. What's that poo for? I've never done geocaching. No, I don't really know what it is, to be honest. I think I had people say that you can do it at Centre Parks, but I don't really know what it is. There you go. She's tidying up. There's also some construction going on outside. How to distinguish the Bristolian roadworks versus the Dutch ones. I have a parcel that I have to go and pick up. But I also have a parcel that... Basically, I decided that I was going to order my my Halloween costume early. And I went on Vinted and I bought all the separate parts. So I ordered like 6 or 7 different things, and now I'm just getting all these tiny parcels arriving. So I've got one to go and pick up from a shop, but then I also have one that's arriving in the next hour or so, and I'm like, do I risk going to the shop to get it, or do I wait here, or do I I'm like, I don't know what to do. So yeah, maybe I'll have time for both if it arrives sort of early-ish. You're doing crafting for yours today. Nice. Nice. The problem is, I realised that, so we're doing the Halloween craft stream on Halloween, when it's meant to be the day before. But I'm also gonna, because it's on a Thursday this year, I'll also be doing the Tears of the Kingdom stream before. So I'm just gonna have to sit in like half a costume for 3 hours to then quickly get ready for the next stream where I shall hopefully be in full costume. Just have 5 minutes. I need to be 5 minutes away from full costume for the first part of it. But yeah, I just wear it for the Tears of the Kingdom stream as well. I guess I'll see what Sarah's doing. If Sarah's going costumed, then maybe I could do. But yes, hopefully it'll all arrive in time and all fit and all be fine. But yeah, it would be nice if the clothing parts could arrive soon so I can try them on and buy things other if I need to. The top half has arrived and that fits. I just need to know if the bottom half fits and then stick it all together. Depends on if Shadow dresses up. This is true. What's Alex going as? We're hoping to do a couple's costume this year, so I cannot say, because otherwise it will reveal what I'm going to be. It'll have to be a surprise. Which is the point, I need to get the stuff for his. But yes, well, it is time for me to head off and hopefully receive a parcel, but also eat crumpets, most importantly. Front and back half of a unicorn, maybe. Oh, don't worry, Anhu. I think Rob is around to do a raid. If not, we can always do a manual raid, which is also fine. But yeah, the plan for later is demos. Hopefully I'll get through. It works on mobile just about. Hopefully I'll get through like 4 or 5 demos. But if it's just 3, then that's also fine. But yeah. Oh yeah, Sir Hannah is all good. Hannah's very lovely bean. You can go and see the rattos. But yeah, I will see you at 2. Sorry for being particularly yawny and out of it today because of the aforementioned bad night's sleep. But hopefully I'll sleep better tonight because of it. So yeah, we shall see. Well, everyone, look after yourselves and be good and take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. I don't know if Anna can press the button to go early, so you might just have to be here for the rest of the time. I don't know how it works on mobile. We've gone. Oh, that's good. It did work. Thank you. Bye-bye. Boop.